Troy to the Max Extreme here.
Dinosaur Neil.
And Ghost Hunter Dave.
And together, we are Imperius Rex.
Not very often do we get a chance to say, we're back.
That's true.
But baby, we're going to be back for a little bit.
Yeah. That's right.
We're going to test our waters into this being back business.
Yeah. After an extended hiatus, went a little longer than we thought it might. And then we came back, which we also didn't really know if that was going to happen. So I guess it was just the right amount. I hated to put the pause on Bat Year because we were right in the nitty gritty.
Yes.
You know, there's still a couple, further down the road that we're going to have to address at some point here.
You have to address them.
Yeah.
But, sometimes life just gets in the way, and we took the summer off. Did some soul searching. Got sick. Real sick.
Yeah. I just seemed... So summer hit. Kids not even out of school or anything. They're still
just
doing...
rattling around up there right now.
They're absolutely killing each other. I thought, it was like, summertime's here. Don't got to tote them off to school or nothing. Realize it's all the same.
Oh, no.
I still have to tote them everywhere in more places.
Right. You don't have school as a place to throw them.
I begged for school to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going through some of that ourselves over on, the Ghost Hunter Dave residence. We had a wonderful Imperius Rex meetup that happened smack dab in the middle of summer.
Yes.
Which took much more stress and planning on my part than I expected and it probably needed, but had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Something that we've been talking about doing for quite a while. Opened the invitation to our patron members, and lo and behold, some wonderful people showed up, and we just had a fabulous weekend.
It was a good weekend.
It was incredible. Got a little house just out in this little secluded area, just rented it out, and just it had a hot tub. Man, it had all the fixings.
Some people in the hot tub.
Had,
some of them were us.
Oh my god, it was pretty great. Everyone pretty much came except for one person who couldn't get on a flight for some reason. So I mean, it all worked. It all worked.
Yep. I think if I could pick a favorite memory, it might have been when one of our friends, Jan, arrived.
Yeah.
And wasn't much of a drinker. Needed a different type of high. And Troy was like, I know a guy. And then he just went on to describe how surreal it was to fly to the Midwest and go on a drug run with one of the Imperius Rex hosts.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, that's really what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
A real great... that's also a great memory of mine.
I thought you had already kind of forgotten it.
The first time you meet this person, in the first 10 minutes, you're like, you guys want to go get drugs in Wisconsin?
Cross state lines where it is illegal to do the pickup.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if any of that makes it in.
Oh yeah.
But it was a great time. Big thanks to everyone that came out, and extended thanks to all the supporters, the patrons, the Discord members, and the friends of the show,
Absolutely.
which truly producers of this mess that we make before us here.
Yeah,
that's true.
So big thanks for sticking with us during these tumultuous times.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to them.
To mutants.
To mutants.
But in other news, I thought it was funny how once we kicked off Bat Year, and I was like, all right, Neil and me, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And then immediately got so sick I almost died twice. I think it was right after we got done filming the last thing. Like, the next day, I just felt like dog shit. And just had, like, this week-long cold, which they said, like, oh, you got COVID. It's COVID. I went and got the test, and they're like, no, you don't have COVID. I was like, okay. What do I do? I'm like, cough it out. So that was miserable. And then, we had a bunch of other stuff. And then when we were set to do our big comeback, film this, but earlier, then I got COVID. But fingers crossed, I don't have it now.
Great. Well, we are burning it out of our system.
That's right.
That's the only
hot and heavy
true cure for everything.
Science said it.
Yeah. So over that extended break, there was certainly talk of like, have we said all there is to say about comics and friendship? And we bounced that topic around for a bit. Because you've got some obligations. It's harder to get together these days. There were moments where my finger was on the trigger and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking shut this whole goddamn thing down. It's too much work.
Yeah.
And then like the next day I'm like, but we didn't finish Bat Year. And then the following day I'd be like, fuck Bat Year.
But the wheel demanded Bat Year.
Yes,
Yeah.
we had to feed the wheel a blood sacrifice.
You did tell me once that you're like, man, I was really thinking about packing up them cameras. And I'm like, if you packed up the cameras, there's no way we'd be
They
doing
would
that
never be
anymore.
unpacked. It's like 5 minutes of setup.
Yeah. And he keeps fiddling around, making sure all the lights and shit are right. Golly.
Yeah. But I guess by the end of the day, today, we've decided to keep it going for a bit. We're gonna take the pressure off a little bit.
A bit more of a relaxed schedule.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we won't even read the books we talked about. We'll see what the future
We'll
holds.
just put the title up for an analytic, and then it's not even that.
No. Oh shit! You know, this is us airing it all out there. You know, this isn't really an episode for anyone. This is an episode for us.
Yeah.
And it's not even really for us. But just letting you know, being transparent. Yeah, it was touch and go, but I think we're gonna keep with it for a bit here. We're just like I said, we're just gonna ease back in.
And we needed this episode to warm up for the episodes we're recording directly after.
Right.
So this was a great time to warm up.
So, some other exciting news since the last time we got together, which, in all honesty, I think we've only all been together in the same room maybe like twice since the last time we filmed anything.
Yeah.
But Troy, do you have a big announcement that you care to share?
Oh, sure. Come the end of the year, I will be stricken with Child 3. That might put a damper on a lot of my appearances on the show going forward. So that's going to be from like Thanksgiving 2022 until however old
20
I am.
years from now.
Yeah.
You're going to squeeze in.
I'll squeeze in.
After we dropped the credentials on what you actually need to do to appear on the show, and we struck reading the material from the record, I think that chair, it's always open.
Yeah.
But while you're out, maybe we'll cycle through some guest hosts. Maybe get the business manager down here. Maybe we get PK back.
Wow.
Lure him in with a chicken leg.
Oh my.
Make him give us another well thought out synopsis.
It was a classic telling tale of the Batman. You have your villain. He's doing something. A little different take this time because he's a bit of an imposter.
What else has happened?
There's been some untimely comic book deaths, which
There sure has.
I should stick those here so maybe we can like ramp up at the end and make it not so bleak.
Yes. First we'll talk about how we almost pulled the plug on the show. Then we're going to talk about these famous people that had their plugs pulled.
We already talked about Neil Adams.
Neil Adams, George Perez.
Yep.
Happened right in the middle of that year. And then while we were on break here, two more legends passed. We had Tim Sale and Alan Grant. Batman artist and writer. Sale, we just did one of his works not too long ago.
Yep.
What a bummer.
It seemed to be like one every other week, and I'm like, no!
We need to wrap this Bat-Year
Yeah.
Pretty sure Hellier caused the pandemic.
Oh God!
Other Bat news, they went and filmed a Batgirl movie, apparently, and then shelved it, deleted the footage, burned down the cast member's house, and killed the director's parents.
Something along those lines. Good God.
What a weird scenario that was.
That whole merger feels like torture for anybody who is like, even anybody who likes HBO.
I love HBO.
Yeah.
Like, so a bunch of HBO Max originals are off.
Yeah.
And not coming back. It's like 40-something titles or more at this point. I don't even know. But I found out it's mostly because they don't want to pay them residuals.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
heard that too.
What a dick move!
Yeah.
That Batgirl thing baffles me still, because they're $90 million into it.
Yeah.
They've already spent the money.
Oh, yeah.
It was done!
Post-production!
Yeah.
Not even drop it on HBO Max for some reason.
And the fact that they
baffles
have
me.
it's the first reappearance of Keaton as Batman.
Right.
And Brendan Fraser, everybody's favorite dad.
It's a Frizana song.
Yeah.
He's back,
They're
baby.
on the cutting edge, and they just shelved it.
It's got to be that Michael Keaton Batman showing up and things just getting the curse or something. That is if the Flash is or isn't coming out
my
at this
God,
point.
yeah.
We have no idea.
Full speed ahead on the Flash. though.
Yeah. I saw a tweet that said, that Flash movie must fucking slap. If Ezra Miller can do all this and they're still like, yeah, that's coming out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're actually canceling all this stuff to make way for it. Clear the runway. And then in other, like, 3-month-old movie news, we got the first cinematic appearance of the Imperius Rex caller himself.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Prince Namor.
Yes.
Yeah.
He looks good.
It does.
Looks real good.
That trailer for Black Panther 2 looked very good.
I have no idea what to expect for Black Panther.
Not at all.
But wouldn't it just like be fucking weird if like Black Panther 2 and Avatar 2 are the same movie?
Oh.
That'd be too bad.
Troy, how's your podcast been going?
Consistent.
All right. Sometimes you need some consistency.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't need to do that either.
Troy, what's been your passion lately over the last 3 months? What have you been up to?
So, other than toting kids around,
Mm-hmm.
during the summertime I usually like to be outdoors a lot, and I do a lot of gardening and stuff like that. That really calms me down after wanting to strangle kids.
Yeah. Bury them in the garden.
Fertilize your maters.
Yeah.
But that's what I do during the summertime. It takes a lot of my, not a lot of my time, but a good portion of my time. It's a good center finding task.
Any gardening tips for our friends at home?
Oh, yeah.
Consistent watering.
Yes.
I hear that's even good for your own body.
Yeah, it is.
I myself water myself pretty inconsistently. Don't like to pee that much, so I
Don't want you to split.
No. That's right. Neil, how about you? What have you been up to?
Well, I started playing Skyrim again.
All right.
I've also been thinking about playing Red Dead 2 again.
Oh my God.
I think that about every single week,
my
and someday it might happen.
Let the cowboys of the Old West parent your children.
Yeah, there you go.
Just sit them down and be like, this is what it was like, kids.
Yeah.
God, can you imagine if I was playing Red Dead right now?
Ooh, fishing?
Right here.
Oh my God.
During the episode.
Red Dead's hunting and fishing.
Oh, God.
Get that legendary bison.
Oh my, there it was!
Someone just got it.
Oh man.
So I preemptively posted a little message on YouTube, whatever the community button is that you can post messages.
Yeah.
Of the sorts. Said that we're going to be making a comeback. And we had some very nice positive things to say from the few remaining people who have kept up with our channel during that. One friend of the show had a couple questions that I thought, making sure let the
This keeps getting louder.
we soundproof this. Turns out they don't work. But just a couple questions that some people had for us. I thought, why not throw them in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 5 of them.
Wow.
There's actually 6.
You lying son of a bitch.
What are your current reads besides what you've been covering for the show? Open it up. Has anyone read anything during this break?
No, but I have bought some comics, actually.
Oh, yeah. Look who you're talking to.
So I went on a tear on one weekend and got really into the Gold Key characters. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
It's Turok,
Oh.
Magnus Robot Fighter,
Right.
and Solar Man of the Atom. Because I'm like, there are 3 characters that just keep getting passed around from company to company. Sometimes they're at Valiant, sometimes they're at Dynamite,
at Valiant?
sometimes they're elsewhere. And I'm like, how? They seem so interesting to me, but they must not be that good.
No.
But anyway,
I don't even think they seem interesting.
I bought some. I bought 3 trades of
You
Solar.
actually bought the rights to that.
Yeah.
Now you
I
have
own them.
You gonna do anything with them? No, I don't think I will. Just watch that investment grow.
Yeah.
I bought 3 trades of Dynamite's Solar Man of the Atom, which I hear is good.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna...
I hear a lot of these books are good.
Yeah?
Yeah. We'll find out one day,
So
shortly
try
before
that.
my death.
I saw that Amazon, or I guess Comics... Oh, I don't know what it is anymore. Has, like, a definitive collection of Magnus Robot Fighter.
That they pay you to get, actually.
And I'm like, okay, I think I might maybe get into that.
It's like a monkey's paw curse that it's just passing around.
So that's been my interest. I could dive right in, and it'll be bad.
Oh yeah, but
we'll
you know,
see.
if we did an episode on it, I guarantee you that's gonna jump right to the top of that search list if somebody looks for it. Probably not a whole lot of Turok content out there.
Really?
Neil, you read anything?
Reading anything? Not. No, I think I'm more busy with the show than Troy is typically, so I'm just reading for the show a lot of the time.
Neil did read for the show.
And other than that, yeah, just skateboarding, which isn't reading.
God,
That's true.
that's how cool people read.
Yeah, that's true.
Reading the road. I read Paper Girls in its entirety. Watched the first episode of the show, and it kind of sparked me to get back into it, so I read all 6 volumes. Good, not great, is my final consensus on it. That was one that I really wanted to slot in there if we wanted to kick off another BK Von-a-thon.
Yeah.
Upon reading it, I'm like, I don't have a whole lot to say on it. Artwork's great, it's fun, but I just kind of lost steam on it about halfway through. Finished it, didn't love it. And I also read The Wake by Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
That underwater mermaid one. And it was very Scott Snyder-y. I'll tell you that much.
How much of Gotham's architecture was talked about?
Oh my god, a lot. Considering it's not a DC book, a lot.
How much nautical history did you get?
Yeah.
Even more than the architecture.
Oh my god.
Sean Gordon Murphy did the artwork, looked amazing. It's very much like 2 different stories. It's kind of a part 1 and 2, and they feel like so disseparate from each other. Where the first half I enjoyed quite a bit, good like underwater like horror scenario, and the end half is like so fucking weird, bizarre, futuristic society, like totalitarian government, and it just like, I don't know, it almost went into a Grant Morrison really weird cosmic shebang by the end, where I'm like, is this good? I had to look at some threads on Reddit, and jury's still out. I don't think it's good for me, but some people might like it.
Okay.
It's always a challenge when you have to look up, is this good online, and then have someone convince you that there's something there that you didn't see.
Next one, plans for spooky season.
Ooh, that is coming. It's right around the corner.
I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about it. I've got a couple things. You know, we've got some Sandman to cover. We've got the remainder of Bat Year to finish up. But smack dab in the middle of that is Spooktober.
It's spooky season.
The most October-y time of the year.
Yep.
And I feel like we'd be remiss if we didn't at least cover something. We have our Junji Ito tradition that we've been doing for the last 2 years.
Yes, please.
And I'm sure he's got some comedy gold that he can bless us with. Also, I've been wanting to read Something is Killing the Children.
I've got that right now at home.
Yep.
Looking forward
James
to that.
Tinian. And his horror anthology comic book, Razor Blades, was just
very spooky.
all collected into a hardcover. It was like a bi-monthly magazine. Kind of like Taboo.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, and it had all these different creators submit work to it, so I just ordered that. It's in the mail. And I'm like, man, that would be perfect for spooky season.
Ooh, well look. Maybe
Look at
forward
that.
to that. I don't know. We'll see.
And then, one more thing. I've been just looking for an excuse to throw Dylan Dog in there so we can peripherally reference and watch Cemetery Man.
Yes!
Which is one of the greatest Italian horror movies of all time. It is like, it's as close to an Evil Dead 2 and Reanimator type of movie that you can get. And no one knows about it. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
I think we gotta try to fit
We're gonna try it.
It's a knee slapper. Alright, next question. GHD ratio of read to owned comics on the shelves. I've already addressed that. It's incalculable.
Oh boy.
Very low percentage if we do want to get into numbers.
I would say your collection's pretty big too. What's your ratio?
Probably
Higher.
it's a higher ratio. I have less books though, so you got to take that. I would say.
Are we saying 50?
I'm saying 4 out of 10.
Ooh, that's 40.
Yeah, but it's less than 50.
Yeah.
Yeah. The math checks out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I can do that in my head real quick.
I would say mine's much less. But again, more books. Not all of them are good.
Yeah.
Probably plenty that I'll never read. They're gonna outlive me.
Oh, boy.
Some of them I downright loathe.
Look at you, Ultimatum.
Oh man. Sadly, I've reread that.
Oh, fuck!
T-Max. What does it take? What are the conditions to get you on an episode?
Ooh!
Well,
be honest.
I guess the want
Time.
to just drive here.
Once we lowered it to like, you just literally have to walk in the door. There's no prep work required
There's
at
as
this
much
point.
free alcohol here as you want. We even have like temporary childcare upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Neil, have you convinced them to read the Aaron Thor run yet?
No. You're the closest I've gotten to. I know you've talked about it briefly once, but that was a while ago when I had first read it. I'm really hoping to because it's quite good, and the artwork is also amazing. So
Have you read the whole thing?
not the whole.
Gotcha.
Beat him in his own game. All right, and now for the 6th and final question of the evening. Revisit. This isn't a question. Well, there's a question mark after it, so I'll just read it with inflection of a question. Revisit all the bad comic book movies? Parentheses, Daredevil, Elektra, Catwoman, etc. Gonna put a hard stop on that right there. But I had a follow-up question to that question.
Why?
And that would be, some bad comic book movies that we genuinely do enjoy.
Oh.
And for that, I would say Daredevil does fit into that category. The Thomas Jane Punisher.
Yep.
Yeah. Are there others?
I personally like New Mutants.
I didn't mind New Mutants.
I heard a lot of people didn't like that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't put up with Thomas Jane Punisher.
I was gonna say it's
but
not. I
don't
wouldn't say
think
it's divisive because it was in
I'd say
such.
it's middle ground X-Men movies compared to the other ones.
Are we just counting all of like the early 2000s?
Yeah.
Except maybe the X-Men?
Spawn.
Oh man. So, guys, is that about it? Is that it for this update? That no one's gonna watch but a handful of people?
I think so.
Yeah. They'll know.
All right. Well, before Troy leaves us entirely, there are a couple things that we have to make sure we do justice. And one of them is to finish off our dream stream right.
Okay.
Maybe you remember, we did this whole year-long thing. It's a monthly book club.
I do remember
You remember that? Because Sandman aired on Netflix.
Yeah.
Wild.
So I think next episode, we're going to chat Sandman.
Woo!
Netflix Sandman. And while we're on that train, those sandy tracks, I think we need to swing back and read that Sandman Overture.
Okay.
The one book that everyone on the stream was like, are you going to do Overture? And we're like, we'll see if we're still doing the show! Right? And then after that, as we said, still one more promise to keep. Little something that we vowed to our parents that dreadful night in that dark alley.
Yeah.
And that is to finish up that year. Because there's still stories that we need to tell here.
Oh, God, yes.
So we got that. We've got Sandman. We've got Batman. What else
Man.
What else could we possibly throw?
Man, probably.
Man, yeah. Did you guys see Men?
Oh, no,
Should we do an episode on Men? What can top all that? Let me tell you what can top that.
Oh, God.
A little someone by the name of Grant Morrison.
Well, guys, it's been fun. I think I hear a kid calling me. The third one, maybe.
So, something that I've been kicking around, we're thinking about opening the doors of the Invisible College. And what we'll be doing is a full-on interactive, I'm gonna go ahead and call it edutainment, where we do a deep dive into the Invisibles.
Oh, shit.
And it is a full communal experience. We're gonna make some sigils, we're gonna sprinkle some chaos magic,
Oh, boy.
and just see where that takes us.
Oh, man.
See if we can open our third eye and take a peek into that fourth dimension. And we're not going to be doing it alone because I've been in collaboration with our friend and scholar, one Cody Walker.
Oh shit!
That
Okay.
scribe himself.
Yeah.
He's an educator, full-on teacher, and he's going to help us construct some lesson plans here.
Okay.
And he is going to lay down. He's going to educate some fools.
God damn.
On Morrison and the Invisibles. So I don't know exactly when we're going to kick this off, but let's just say classes will be in session this winter.
Okay.
That could be December. That could be March. I don't know.
Yeah. Is March winter?
We'll see how we're feeling.
Don't know.
Is that enough?
That's that.
Wow.
See ya, Troy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is that. In the words of Hellboy, that is that.
Wow.
So, thanks for sticking with us these last few vacant months. And thanks for coming back. So, until next time, I have been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I've been Dinosaur Neil.
And I've been Ghost Hunter Dave.
We've been Imperius Rex. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.